Okay, here we go. Friends, thank you for watching. We are at Barcelona Catalunya. And we qualified in P3. Good qualifying. If you like the video, please like and subscribe and ring the bell. Do all that other YouTube stuff that helps us out. And I really appreciate it. Letting you all know.
20 minutes.
And here we go. We're P3. We're on the outside, though. Not a good place to start. Red lights and green lights. And we're off.
20 minutes
And we're
remaining.
coming down the first straightaway into the double, well, right-hander, left-hander, double corner combo. I don't know what you call that.
Get a car on your
But
right.
here we go, and we can hear our engineer saying we got somebody inside, so we got to leave
Still
room. And we just get on the throttle a little early or break a little late, I don't know, and we forget to downshift into third. We're used to taking that in fourth.
Right side's clear.
And
Keep on your
it
right.
compromised our speed through that section. We get a little bump there. Oh no, that was maybe an off track, but I thought it was a bump. And here we go. We're compromised now, and Millet is also going to get a shot at us. Quinn and Smith got by us, and Millet, and we dropped from third to fifth. We come into this tough left-hander, and we're not going to make a charge, and we're going to take another look at that start. So here we go. We're on the outside, and you can see the number 6 car, I believe. He gets a great start. He ends up putting it 3 wide. And I think I just didn't brake enough or didn't hold my brakes long enough, and that's why I got wide here. I could have beat them into that corner, and then of course, you know, you can see how slow I am out of that corner. I'm just a sitting duck for all of them. And here comes Millet on the inside. He's going to make a move right here. And it's just a clean, easy pass for him. I'm not going to fight it this early in the race. And I'm not going to try to get him back here because this is a tough section. We're back to the race now. And here we go. We're around, coming into this a long back straight here. And we make a pretty good corner there, and we think about making a move here, but we're not close enough. But I don't know why I did this. I looked at the video after and I stayed in. I should have went right out for my exit. I don't know why I compromised that corner. I don't know. I guess it was indecision. Trying to think about making a move, but it was just indecision. And here we come. We're coming into this tough little section here. Get a little wobble there. And we got the chicane, which we weren't very good at this chicane the whole race. That was a tough spot for us. And you can see we're falling back. We're trying to stay in the draft. We're 1 second out. Really bad section, that last section. Really tough section for us. Back down the first straight. I'm pretty good through this section most of the race. I have to defend, you can see. I got
Left side. You're clear on the left.
Hilo on my back. I'm sorry, Lapo Simoni. And I defend pretty good through there. I think he went wide going into that section. We're going to take another look at that. And we come through this section. We're going to take another look at that in a minute. Now we're a little further behind because Lapo making a run at us put us a little off pace. And as we make it through this section, we come around the corner, and we can see the second place car
Looks like Smith.
loops it in that little tough turn. And we're going to take another look. And here is me defending from Lapo. You can see Lapo makes a good exit. He's got the pace. I send him a message early. I get to the inside. And then you can see I'm kind of trying to squeeze him. I don't have triple monitors, so I don't know. If I had trips, I would have got closer to him and just kept him outside as far as I could. But I make a good turn, and you can see he overdrives it. He gets off the track there, and he definitely has to let off. And the car behind him almost gives him a tag. And now I think we're going to take a look at the number 2 car. He makes a pass there. I mean, the second place car, sorry. Yeah, he's number 2, yeah. And here he comes. He makes a good pass, In this section here, if you get on the throttle a little too early, you can see right there, he just gets on the throttle a little too early, a little too hard, and there he goes. But I'm going to tell you what, Smith, this is his name, he really waited for everybody to get by, and he made a great rejoin. Hats off to you, Smith. Hats off. That's good racing. It didn't wreck anybody else's race. Really, textbook rejoin right there. Just waited. Didn't try to do anything crazy. And boy, I wish we had more drivers like Smith. And we're coming into this left-hander here. This is every section of this track. I noticed. I don't race this track a lot. I raced it in F1 2021, and I know every section of this track tries to kill you. It's really a technical track. And here we come into this turn again, and we just lose so much speed out of that. Next time I race this track, I'm going to spend some time on that section for sure. Again, I get to the inside. I'm going to send a message early to Lapo that I'm going to defend. And Lapo tries to go around the outside.
Still there.
I defend. I keep the inside. I give him room.
Your left side is clear.
You can see he gets a little overdriven there again. And we're back. So he made the same mistake a couple times in a row. It cost him. I think that's tough to pass on the outside. He would have been better off to wait for a different spot, I think. That's kind of almost a high-speed corner. Tough to pass there. And we make a good run through that. This section here, right here, is probably the trickiest section on the track. And here we go. We're driving, trying to keep pace with the guys in front, but now we're 2 seconds down. Lapo's right on our tail. He's not going away. He's staying with us. And I'll just let you watch for a little bit. There's not much going on. This race had some moments where I was just trying to get the car under control. Like I said, it's a technical track, and there was just times where it was just difficult. It is F4. F4 is not easy anyways. And we're just hoping, we were hoping for a podium because we were P3. But now I'm kind of hoping for a P5. Top 5, because I realize that I don't have a lot of pace right now. Excuse me, sorry about that. This first section here, like I said, it's a good section for me usually. I usually do good in the first section on this track. As it gets, the second section is much, much harder, and then the third section is very difficult. Before I start a race, I always look at safety ratings of the players around me, because I want to know what I'm up against. And I look around and I see if a guy's got a 1 point something safety rating. It might not be his fault. It might not. You watch videos, you know that. But it's worth keeping an eye out on those people. And Lapo's one of those guys. His safety rating's like 1.6 or something. So I figure I should keep an eye on him. And this, I think, here is my best lap of the race. You can see if you look at the bottom of my screen where the brake and throttle trace is, you can see I'm 1 second up on my best lap. So this is a good lap for me. And as you can see, I end up closing a little bit too because I made a good lap. So I'm only 1.5. I gained about a second on that lap, which is pretty good. And Lupo is right behind us again. He's 0.4. He's closing. 0.3. So Lupo is probably faster than us. We're kind of realizing it at this point, and I overdrove that corner. That's going to compromise me through this section, and I know that Lupo's going to get a run on me now. And if he tries, I don't even bother defending. I just kind of let him go here because he's caught me like 3 times now, maybe 4, and I figured it's just not worth fighting him. You know,
You got a car on the left side. Clear left.
I was hoping he would kind of make a mistake there, and I could end up getting by, and maybe he'd lose the car or something, but he didn't, and I think from here on he starts pulling away. Now let's take a look at that pass. So, I don't know why the frames are so jerky. I hope it doesn't end up that way when I do the final thing. Anyways, you can see Lupo get by me there on the inside. I get on the racing line. He stays in. He defends. And then I tried to do a little switch back there, but I just didn't get enough speed. We're back to the race now. You can see I'm right on Lupo's tail. Going to try to stay with him. Hopefully we can close the gap on the guys in front of us, because now they're 2 seconds up again. And it's not doing me any good to fight Lupo because, for one, I think he's faster at this point, and for 2, every time we fight, it's just going to knock us down a little further, like from the leaders. So that put us in P5. So we still have a top 5, and we got a 2-second gap behind us. I missed my apex there, and that gets me out in a bad line there, and I hit the curb, the sausage, and now I'm really, really dropping back. I don't know if that did damage, but we're going to try to press on and see what's going on, and Lupo's pulling away from us now. And let's see if we can regather ourselves and get back into this race. We have a 1.7 gap behind us. Little bobble there too. You can see a couple little mistakes here. Now Lupo's almost 2 seconds up. But you know how we race if you watch my channel. You know, if you watch my channel, I always end up fighting back. Always. I might have a couple baubles here and there, but then I seem to get it together when it matters at the end of the race. If I can clean up the middle of the race and the starts, I'm going to end up... I mean, I'm pretty consistent top 5. You know, I'm always up there. But if I can clean up my starts in the middle of the race, I'm going to be challenging for podiums. I know it. So here we come down the long straight. Lupo made a mistake out of that section. You can see I'm only 1.4 behind him now. And do a good job breaking into this section. The hairpin, when I was practicing, that gave me a lot of trouble. But I got better at it as I was racing. So that was good. Because in practice, I had trouble there. I had trouble here, too, in the beginning of practice. But then I got it together. Here we go into the chicane. Much better that time. You could see much, much better through there that time. Here we come down the front straight. And now we're on lap 8, I believe. And we're 2 seconds behind again. And like I said, this is an up and down race. That's racing. I make a good section there. We're trying to keep pace. Well, this is lap 7. I thought this would be lap 8, but this is lap 7. We're still P5, still grinding away. We got Josco, John, Purvis, John Mellett, Michael Quinn, Lapo Samoli in front of us, and Halo Helderberg behind us. And you can see we're closing in on Lupo again. We got 1.4. It's funny, every time we close in on him through this section, in the first section, and then we lose him out of that chicane. Like, that section cost me so much. Look, we're 1.1. So we know we're better in a couple sections. It's just this last section that really, really gives us trouble for some reason. I don't know why. Next time, we'll practice that section more. See if we can figure it out. I plan on doing a couple races coming up this week. I want to do Ferrari fixed. I want to do F4. I think F4 is at Okayama. Ferrari fixed, I think, is at Daytona. And then I might do the Mazda. I think the Mazda's at Charlotte. So that should be fun. I think I'd like to do a couple races. Maybe do a few today. And now we're on lap 8. Only a couple laps to go. As you can see, we're just kind of staying the same. We're 1.5 now, though, through this section. So we actually stayed a little closer to him there. Usually in this section, we're down over 2 seconds.
You've used half your fuel.
So now I'm thinking maybe I can start closing the gap. He's closing the gap on Michael Quinn. There's a back marker coming up in front of us. You can see it. Stefano, I don't know, I can't see his last name, but he's the back marker, and so he could cause a problem. Coming up on that back marker could cause a problem. This is the time of race where the tires are starting to go off a little bit. People start making mistakes. Here we come into the hairpin. Great turn there. Good trail braking. See, we're 1.7 through this section. We didn't gain that much that lap. He did a good job through those sections. He was having trouble. And again, this is my tough section. If I can get through here good, cut it real good there, really good there, got through pretty good. Let's see if he pulls away. He's 1.9. Here I go. Yeah, he gains a couple tenths through that section.
1.9 seconds.
You can see he gained 2 tenths on me there.
You've just done it.
So I'm down about 2 tenths in that chicane. That cost me. But here we go, lap 9. Take a little too much curb there, but it didn't hurt us at all. You can see our delta up top. I put the delta on because I wanted to see what my pace was.
P5. That's 5 minutes to go.
Here we
5
go.
minutes.
P5 still. Lap 9. We only got a couple laps to go. See if there's any action. These guys are starting to catch each other. We've got back markers coming up. This is where the race usually gets interesting. Maybe I can make up some ground. And if you're second behind, as you saw at the beginning, I was a second ahead of Lapo. I made one mistake in the corner, and he picked up over a second. So one mistake, you could lose a second. Easy. If you make a mistake in the turn. So you can see we're 1.5 again. We always make up a little space there. Now let's see. If he bobbles it or something, I'm within striking distance if he makes a mistake.
Yellow flag.
A yellow
So the leader has
flag.
gone off
We
in
just heard that the
15.
leader spun out. Wow. That's what we just heard on from the engineer. So let's see. We're going to take a look at that and see what happened to the leader. Here he comes. He comes into the chicane. Catches a little curb there. And then he catches his back tire there. And there he goes. That's the leader. He's got a big gap, though. He gets it going again. You'll see a car come into the picture. Now, that is not the second place car. That's a back marker. The back marker went by him and then thought better of it and let him go. So the leader really didn't get hurt at all there. He ended up recovering. So here we go, coming down lap 10.
Looks like P2's gone off in turn 2.
And there we go. We got a spin.
Watch out, the gap behind us now.
P2 spins out.
1.8.
He goes off
Push, push, we can get this guy.
in turn 2. And this, I thought I had another one, but that was a back marker, Stefano. So P2, I think, was John Millett. John Millett, I think he went by us early in the race. And here he is. He's coming into turn 1. He gets wide, and then he loops it. And you can see that's a spot. And look at what he does. He just waits. He waits. And then a really nice rejoin. I don't know what happened. This was like a weird race. Everybody was racing. Everybody raced really well in this race. Hats off to the guys in this race. I didn't see a lot of garbage in this race. Anybody who's watching, this is like Bizarro world, I think they call it. When you're in another world and things go opposite of what they usually do. That's what this is, Bizarro world. And here we go. We are coming down. We're on lap 10 now. Got a couple more minutes left. Probably like 4 or 5 minutes. We're up to P4 now because of P2 binning it. And now we're within 1.5 of the guys in front, and they're starting to scrap it out. You can see it. They're scrapping. We're 1.5. They're going to scrap. They're going to slow each other down, probably. See if we can get a little closer. 1.2. We're trying. You got Lapo and Michael Quinn going at it. Lapo Simoli and Michael Quinn. And I'm hoping that they just scrap and give me time to close in. I'm 1.5 seconds out of the chicane, my worst section of the track. And I'm just hoping, I'm saying, oh man, I hope they duke it out. Make a good turn there. Good, keeping that delta up through there. And I think Lapo's going to make a move here. Yep, same place he took me. And boy, Michael gives him tons of room. I mean, he just stayed way out there. And I'll know when I run this track next time to defend that corner if somebody's going to do that. Because if you're on the outside there, you got no chance. You're out there. You're on an island. You got nothing. And you can see Lapo runs it wide through there. He does. And that slows down Michael and gives me a little bit. Now I'm within 0.5, 0.6, 0.5. We're right on their tail. This is getting fun. It's good racing. See, it's all about just running consistent laps, not trying to do anything stupid. I race within myself, which isn't really at a high level right now. But it's high enough to get top 5s, you know. I think that's good enough. Top 5s are good, and I go a little wide there, and that's probably the end of my race right there. That puts me, that just killed my speed. I think at that point I was totally disgusted. Now I got no chance. I'm a second down with 1 lap to go. If I didn't hit that thing, I'm within a half a second with 1 lap to go. Anything can happen. But that was a big mistake. I think I made that mistake, 3 times in this race? And how many times did I say at this race that chicane just kicked my ass? Plain and simple. I got a lot of work to do next time I race this track through there. I'll be watching videos. I'll be studying. I might even take a lesson. Sometimes I take a lesson. I'll take a lesson just on that section and see where I make a mistake. See, I got it back to within a second. If I had not made that mistake, I'd be right on their tail, and that would put pressure on them, but I'm not close enough. And it looks like a P4 finish, as long as we don't do anything stupid. And P4 is not bad. Take P4. You know, you can't complain about P4 at my level, you know. I'm not really, you know, super race driver going for wins, not yet. But I hope to be someday. I think when I get my rig, it's going to be a big difference, because with triple monitors, you can see so much more, and you know, you can race tighter and not worry about it. And I just think a rig is so important in racing. I'd be racing a lot more if I had my rig, you know. You can see coming out of last turn, I'm 0.5, so that, and now we're just going in for the checkered flag. P4, no problem. Hats off to the guys in this race. They raced really, really clean. I mean, great job to everybody in this race. I didn't see any baloney in this race. Really happy to race in a race like this. I wish they were all like this. It'd be fun. It made me a little boring to you guys, but to me it was fun. And here we go. I think we're going to take a look at the standings. And we gained quite a bit of iRating there. You know, and we gained, let's see, plus 66. That's pretty good. And we're plus 08 in safety rating. That's pretty good. You can see we're P4. And I hope you liked it. Please like and subscribe and ring the bell. And please leave a comment. I really hope you liked the race, and I'll see you next time.